Hi, welcome back. Hope you're well. So today I'm going to be diving into either a new series or the second video in a series, depending on when this gets posted. But today I will be rereading an old favorite of mine to see if I still love it. Hazelwood is one of my favorite romance authors. She scratches an itch in my brain and I just absolutely love her writing. It's like reading Wattpad books again, but like written for me now and not for me back when I was on Wattpad. And it's just like a really fantastic, fun, silly time. And I also really enjoy the whole STEM academia situation, setup, environment, whatever you want to call it. I just think it's interesting. It's definitely a unique take and I just really enjoy it. I don't know why, but schools and unis have always just been a much more fun setting to me than like an office or something. Don't know why, that's just how my brain works. I enjoy it. Today, I will be rereading The Loathe Hypothesis. So in terms of all of her books, it's 5 stars, and then Love on the Brain was 5 stars, but then I reread it when I wasn't in the mood for it, which I don't know why I did that, but I did do that. And I just ended up not liking it the second time around. So that one has like a 2 or 3, like between there. It's pretty low. So I do want to go back eventually and reread it, but that only happened about a year ago because I read it when it came out. So I just need a bit more time to pause so that I can like separate myself from those feelings that I felt when I finished it. So Love on the Brain is not a 5-star as of right now, but I'm hoping to reread it and have it be a 5-star again because it was a 5-star the first time I read it. So I think that was just user error on my part. And then Love Theoretically was also 5 stars. It was such a fun book. I loved it. But The Loathe Hypothesis owns my heart. This is my 3rd time rereading it. The first time I listened to it, and I listened to it immediately again. Like the day I finished it, I started it again, and I read it twice back to back, 5 stars both times around. So I'm starting it again because one, after finishing Love Theoretically, I've just wanted to reread The Loathe Hypothesis. And also I've just never actually like physically read it. I've only listened to the audiobook, which her audiobooks are really good too, just by the way. But it was fun, it was great, it was good. So I am rereading it, hoping for a 5-star, but honestly I don't see how it's not going to be. And I think it's gonna be a really good and fun time. I will check in when I'm a bit further along, and yeah. Hi, so I am about 41% of the way through the book. So far, I am very much enjoying it. The only thing I don't like is that it's in 3rd person, which I don't know why because all of her other books are in 1st, at least the ones that I've read so far. I haven't read the ones that are yet to come out for obvious reasons. I don't have ARCs, so... But yeah, so I'm really liking it. Adam has been and probably will always be my favorite Hazelwood man. And it's funny because it's been long enough to the point where even though I remember like big plot points, I forget the little ones in between. And I forget how much Adam actually talks for some reason. I just have no memory of him saying anything in these books. Which is really funny, honestly. But anyway, I'm really loving this. Again, Hazelwood's sense of humor and my sense of humor don't really mix that well. So a lot of her jokes I don't really like laugh at, but I do still enjoy them, if that makes sense. And again, in context of like the actual books, they're good. So for me, none of her books are really funny. They're more so just silly, but I do still enjoy it nonetheless. Like the funny, like there's only really one book that I've ever really laughed out loud at in my memory, or 2, and that would be Beach Read. And then like most famously, My Roommate is a Vampire, which that one I was cackling aloud, but that's fine. The scenes are really fun. I really enjoy watching their relationship grow because especially since Adam has this like reputation that he's really mean and cruel and cold, unapproachable and antagonistic. He's just like not with her, and I really enjoy watching her be confused about that, and then also just battling the fact that it's like, you're so mean, but I haven't seen it be done personally to me, and then you're also really hot. And she's just like confused by it, and I really enjoyed that part. And then also, again, knowing that he's just pining after her is just like top tier, because with every interaction she's like, oh no, he's annoyed, and in my brain I'm like, no, he's not. So I just really love the story. Some scenes, especially having this be the third time that I'm reading this book, some of the scenes are like completely outrageous, you know, like the sunscreen scene, the speaker scene where she has to sit on his lap. Like, it's just like, none of that would happen in the real world. But I'm not reading these to be in the real world. I'm reading this to escape from the real world. And the silliness and outrageousness of it makes me love it that much more, because again, with other books I don't feel like it will work, but with her, like her writing style, her characters, the actual like story of how the love interests meet, everything just like it works, you know? I'm very close to being halfway. I'm very happy that I'm rereading this. I'm very happy to be reading it physically for the first time. It's just a great experience. This will definitely not be the last time I reread it. I've finally gotten to a place where I'm like comfortable rereading books multiple times instead of picking up new ones, because it's just like, if I feel like rereading something instead of picking up a new book, why am I gonna stress about that? Like, do what you love. I've watched Modern Family like 10 times instead of watching new shows, and it makes me happy. That's fine. We all have comfort things, and that's okay. So definitely won't be the last time I'm rereading it. I think this will forever be a 5-star read, and I'm hoping that this video is proof of that. And I'm also hoping anyone who hasn't read this will read this after this video. We'll see. I will either check in when I've finished, or if I get to a spot where I want to talk about something. So we'll see, but I will be back shortly.
We used to have each other's playlists. No.
So I just finished chapter 11, and spoiler warning, by the way, for this entire clip, but this ends terribly. I completely forgot that this was a thing where she pretends to like someone else because she realized she liked him. Like, I completely erased that from my brain, and I forgot just how terribly tense this part was, because she likes him but he thinks she likes someone else and she lied to him. And this is the worst kind of miscommunication trope, and I get why it was done, but it is so frustrating to read through, and I just want to throw this book across the room right now. Despite knowing that they end up together, it's just so annoying that this had to happen, and it is way too early to be this angry right now.
Each other's best friends. Yeah. And now we go our separate pathways.
So I just finished chapter 16 and the bonus chapter in Adam's point of view, and it was fine, but honestly, reading chapter 16 and then the bonus chapter feels very repetitive. I definitely think the bonus chapter is more so just something to read afterwards if you want to, but it's not badly written. It's just not, I don't know. I found it repetitive because it's the exact same scene, just in his point of view instead of hers. So it was fine. It was good. He was pining. So the title of the chapter didn't lie, but it was fine. So that's where I'm at. I am hoping to finish this maybe in the next day or two, but I'm still very much enjoying it.
Still in mind. Yeah.
So I finished today, and I'm very happy about it. I only have one regret in this reread, and that is that I didn't annotate it. I love Ali Hazelwood's writing and stories so much, and they just bring me so much joy that for certain, whenever I reread The Love Hypothesis, or just whatever book I read by her next or reread by her again, I'm annotating them all. Her new releases, I might just annotate right off the bat. I don't know, like I said throughout this entire clip and every time I've talked about an Ali Hazelwood book, they truly just bring me so much happiness and nostalgia and joy that it's just so difficult for me to even put that into words. I just genuinely love her writing so much, and I'm having a great time, but I'm kind of going into like this Ali Hazelwood hole where the only thing I want to read is her writing, but then also I'm guessing a bit tired of contemporary romances, so I don't really know what to do. It's a thing. But I really did enjoy my reread of it. I definitely learned a lot more because, like I said, I'd listened to it before and I love listening to audiobooks, but there is a solid fact that when I listen to an audiobook, I do not pick up as much as I do with reading, and I think that's common for most people, especially because I put it on quite a quick speed, so it's just natural to miss some things, and I'm usually busy in between, so my focus isn't 100% on the book as it would be when I'm reading, which is perfectly fine. I don't mind that at all. So that was interesting though. There were things that I read where I was like, oh, don't remember that happening, so that was cool for the most part. Like I said in the previous clip, this was my first time reading the bonus chapter of Adam's POV in chapter 16, and the bonus point of view was definitely fun and exciting to read. However, I thought it'd be better if I read chapter 16, then Adam's point of view of chapter 16, and then chapter 17. And that, at least for me personally, does not work because it is the exact same scene with the exact same conversations, but instead of Olive's thoughts, we have Adam's, and it's just way too repetitive to read back to back unless you read chapter 16, take maybe like a day or two break, and then pick up, read the bonus chapter, and then go to chapter 17 and continue the book. So unless you do that, I personally think it's too repetitive. I think I would either save it for later, leave a few days in between, or just altogether skip Adam's point of view, because again, it was fun to read, but it's not integral to the story by any means, so that's just how I personally feel. But like I said, I still enjoyed having that experience and reading that for the first time, even though I did skim a lot of it. But overall, such a great novel. I really don't have anything to say other than I love it so much. And I'm also just ecstatic because I went onto her Instagram, and not only did I see that she announced another book called Not in Love, but the cover reveal was posted like right as I was looking, and that was so exciting because I thought I only had Checkmate and Bride, Check and Mate, and then Bride to look forward to, but now I have 3, which like is kind of insane. Like, is she still doing her PhD work? Because how does she have that much time to write that many books? That is insane. But anyway, I'm very excited for all 3 of those. I'm definitely pre-ordering them or like going to the store day of release. I don't care what I have going on that day. I have to like immediately read those. Like her and Emily Henry, the day they release, I will own them. And then I will read them as soon as possible because I love them. It's a lot. And I don't know, I'm just very excited. I'm very happy that I did this. I am going to read her short stories next. I only ever listened to one, so I'm going to read all of them. And then hopefully that gets me out of the little Ali Hazelwood hole that I've dug myself into. Because otherwise I have to reread Love on the Brain or Love Theoretically. And I think for both it's a bit too soon because Love on the Brain I still have some negative feelings towards. But also kind of like I want to get my sticky little fingers on her books, so I'm like a toddler when there's a plate of cookies. Like, one is not enough. I need to inhale the entire plate and then cry because I inhaled the entire plate. So, yeah. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you like Ali Hazelwood as much as I do and what your favorite book by her is. If you like me or my videos, I would really appreciate a like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye.
Next week again.